That should have been better. Sorry about that. I know I can't really do screen shares of the, Weather Channel that much, otherwise it crashes stream. Yeah. I mean, that should be better. Looks like we got that one up. Sorry about that. I'm gonna probably have to cut all that stuff out, though. I don't want to give Dr. Pepper a promotion because unfortunately, I didn't get paid by them to have that picture of me drinking Dr. Pepper. Even though I really like Dr. Pepper, though, I'm gonna have to remove that. What's really rare to see is that this inflow line, this shelf cloud area. And I mean, it's really cool to see storms like that. I mean, it's really, really cool. The plan is to get a better PC. I'm using a laptop with 12 gigs of RAM and a Core i5 CPU. RAM is speed of a computer. The plan is to upgrade, get like a 16 gigs of RAM, maybe a graphics card, so I can run multiple things at once. Also, for the future, if I could get like a Storm Chaser like feed on my channel too as well, that would be really cool. Because as you're listening to me doing the weather, you would be also watching the Storm Chaser. I gotta get in contact with one of those Storm Chasers, though. Looks like we do have a. So for the special marine warning, that's a thunderstorm over the ocean. We have wind gusts of 34 knots or greater, and small hail. This one, the water spout one. Yes, this one is a severe storm is capable of producing water spouts. You got massive hail. And then if we smoothen it out a little bit, that's not a good thunderstorm. You don't want to be in that thunderstorm right there. It's a marine warning. It's not a tornado warning. I use purple for my cones, and it just gives a little bit more of a color than red. Everyone's used to red for tornado warnings. And I just want something different. Everyone else, I know some people also do purple too as well. But then I draw in purple too because it just gives, you can see it. You can see black, but I use my background for black. And it's just there so you can see it. So all these little blue particles right now, if you're wondering if that's rain, it is not. Rays being projected from the radar tower. In order to collect this data that's right here, how a radar tower works is that if there's an object, and let's say that there's an object right here, the storm right here, it's going to visualize how high that object is. That's how we have these thunderstorms right here. Oh, look at the windstorm over there in Montana. Nothing much, really. It's just wind. Look how fast those storms are moving. It just tells you. And the special weather statement is just wind. That's all it is. Just a windstorm. Looks like they scaled down the special weather statement. Still a little radar hole, though. I'm going to do another briefing of this week's severe weather. So in about 4 days from now, well, I could probably call it 3 days. We are getting there's a 15% hatch risk for severe weather. Talked about hail, winds, tornadoes too as well. So I gotta look up, give me one, bear with me. I gotta look something up. Yes, all right. I wanted to get this right. So we got Kansas right here. Then we got Kansas right here. We got Nebraska up here. We got Oklahoma and Texas in this 15% hatch risk area for storms. Well, then we pretty much got Tornado Alley in here for all these storms. So you got Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. You have Kansas. You got Nebraska. You got Iowa. But this all could change, though. It's so far away that everything here could change. Within the week. And then for day 6, we have an area for Kansas, Oklahoma, little bits of Arkansas and Missouri, and Texas for a 15% probability of severe weather. Well, I'll be live for those, but on some of those days I got work, so it's going to be, the live stream will start at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. If there are still storms left. Now, if there's really nothing at all, it might determine if I will go live, but I still have plans to go live, either or. They don't work me too much. Okay, all these storms are condensing down, but it's very hard to see because you're really close to that radar tower. And then on how the pros do it, on how they stream, I know I lag sometimes whenever I'm looking at my stream right now, and I see that whenever I look at my stream at my face and I lag a little bit when I move. I have plans on upgrading my computer PC in the future to make everything just go smooth. And it really would be cool to have that line on what normal weather, what's it like the weather, let's say Fox News or something like that. I'll give them a shout out or something like that. They have, or any other weather channel, they have the movement where you have what towns are in the way of the storms, you have everything like that. That would be really cool to have. If I try fitting that stuff on my PC here, my laptop, it will crash. It'll make stuff laggy and unwatchable, unviewable for YouTube. And I don't want to do that right now because this is fine for what I have. Plan is also, I could make this gaming whenever we don't have storms, but honestly just create another channel for that. Keep all my weather stuff on this one, and then keep the gaming stuff on a different area. But it does look like these storms are going down, like dissipating a little bit. It's hard to tell because you're in this radar distortion area. Figure out where that. Looks like the severe thunderstorm disappeared for Montana. We got some other cells popping up. See if we got any other storms going on. I'm gonna go look on another app. I want to see where our other storms are located. Best place for storms right now is Florida. And then you got this little area in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's what I meant to say. Still got pretty good temperatures though. I want to see what a dew point we have. This is for severe weather when it's this high. Yeah, you still have possibles for storms when the dew point is still high like this. You have possibilities for weather like this coming through. So I know anything above 55 degrees for dew point. Nothing for a lot. Like this storm right here just popped out of nowhere. meant to go for... See if there's anything else over here. Guess not. This is a good area right here for... This line tells me that you're going to see more storms just pop up. I'll be right back. Well, well, had to go do some laundry. I had to get some stuff out of there and put some. I had to restart. All right, yeah, we can go check out Puerto Rico. Yeah, I mean, you do have these storms. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna. I was gonna draw some arrows, and it was gonna look like something else. I don't want to get demonetized. I caught myself. I caught myself. These storms are moving this way. They're there's gonna be some, maybe a little bit, teeny tiny bit of hail. You're gonna have a lot of heavy rain. What I realized is you try to use Google Translate on these, what is this? These different language cities right here, and it's gonna pop out as a total different word. And when you try to say that word, it's really not gonna be correct because it's not that city. It's gonna be this name right here. That's a whole different alphabet for Spanish. You're gonna have like a lot of this stuff is dissipating, but it's still gonna be rain. Let's look at our dew points. Anything above 55 and 60 is not good news. So I mean, you got 73 degrees dew point Fahrenheit, 76 Fahrenheit for dew point. So there's always a chance for severe weather. That's why this storm over here is you have a 76-degree dew point. That means there's a lot of stuff in the atmosphere right now that will make that storm severe. I'm gonna go back to Florida. A 67-degree dew point, 70 degrees, 73. What do we got going on over here? That's probably going to just do it's got a hook right there. It won't tornado out because it doesn't have a storm. I could be wrong. Now, this storm could be sucking in. Could be the stuff that I just circled right now could be sucked in by this storm right here. Let me turn off our dew points. Looks like this storm is dissipating though over here a little bit. But still got a lot of time to either form up, become a big blob, or fail. I don't know. I think they should throw out a special marine warning for the storm right here. You got a lot of wind with the storm. Because if it's floating out here, then it's really not going to be a good sign. You got a radar, a little tiny little teeny bitty hole right there. Looks like the special weather statement has gone away for Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Depending on what these storms, this storm right here will do, they could reactivate that special weather statement. Yeah, they should have. I mean, at least they should. They should at least special weather, not special weather statement, but a marine warning that storm right there. So that thing looks suspicious. Because when you have a velocity, when you have this and you have these pushing together, it's typically not a good sign. Sometimes it's hail, sometimes it's not. That's what we use to look for circulations in the atmosphere. When you see something like this over land, it's typically not a good sign. For example, so the thumbnail that I use for basically all my live streams, when you have it, I have it split. So you have radar on one side and then you have velocity on the other side. You can see that little couplet. And that's what we look for tornadoes. And that was on my first stream of weather, by the way. A couple of weeks ago, I think. Now, if this storm was right here, it probably would have been severe thunderstorm warned with a possibility of tornado. But all this is going to do here is water spout. All I'm thinking about, if anyone's boating out here, like maybe over here, it could be those tuna fishermen. You've seen those like tuna. I don't know what the show is called on Discovery. You got that where they catch like tuna fish or something like that. That's where these fishermen could be. And if they're out there right now, they're probably freaking out. Probably they got to get back to shore or try to brace for impact for these storms that are coming. I don't even know what season it is for that. Looks like you do have the storm right here is going to be we're going to call it a hailer. It's probably what it's going to do is hail. It's just going to be some wind, some hail. I mean, the problem is you got this radar. It's a hole. Or no, we call it distortion. That's my bad. It's radar distortion. A hole is a total different story. If anything were to produce a tornado, you would have to have it start up over here to give it enough time. Because these storms are running on time right now. They don't have enough time, and there's not enough moisture in the atmosphere for them to produce one. You're back. Welcome back. It just tells me how much power there is for these storms to form. It's all up in here. Since you still have this line going right here, you got a lot of storms that it has a lot of juice up here to form. Pretty impressive storm right here. It would have been nice if it was over land, but in the other point of that, it would be terrible if it was over land. This thing is raining. Yep. You're welcome. Since we're getting close to the radar tower, since the storm is getting close to the radar tower again, you're going to see distortion. We have another severe thunderstorm warning. It's probably going to be for wind in Montana. Yeah, just wind. Let's see how fast these storms are going. Pretty fast. What was that? Couple rain bands coming through for Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and Eagle Point and Bloomer. Let me go over to. Let me throw this in to the Weather Channel app to see what the ETA is. A lot of this stuff, what it's saying right now, a lot of this stuff is just going to be heavy rain. But we can look at our dew points. Yeah, it's really not going to be any severe weather over here. All these dew points are below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's going to be normal storms. Note that this is not the actual temperature outside. This is just a dew point. The actual temperature, that was the totally wrong thing that we hit. The total temperature outside is these temperatures. Sometimes this is wrong and we'll give temperatures like that. So it's like 68, 70 degrees. It's very nice. So you got more storms popping up in Florida here. Yeah, this thing's going to water spout out. You can see that it's very clear what it's doing. 64 here, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's in the 60s, but that's really nice. It's 60. Now, where I'm at right now, it's like 50s. That's still kind of cold. It's a little cold, but for the Wisconsin weather, that's nothing. Because, that what I'm trying to say is that now what's really cold is like negative degrees weather. We got -1, -2. Now that's cold. 50 degrees, that's nothing. It's a little warm. Wow, you got almost 86, 88. You got 80, you got 76, 79. So the storms are going to be going on here for a little while now. Here's another representation of a hook. There we go. That's our hook right there for this storm. Summer is your thing. I like summer too. It's really nice. I love summer too. I love it. The storm looks like it will water spout out. I can't call it a tornado because it's over water. And what a impressive storm. They should special marine warn this storm, but if it gets out, they really should do it. There we go. I called it. I called it. There we go. Yep. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts was located near Solar Key, moving southeast at 20 knots. I called it. Now, if this thing was over land, it would have been tornado warned immediately. Now, if there's anyone in this area, which I have a strong feeling they're not watching the stream, I just hope that there's no one in this area right here. This is a strong, powerful storm. This is a really good thumbnail right here. I'll have to find it later to do the thumbnail later, but this is a really good representation of a thumbnail for our a thumbnail is the YouTube picture. So any picture you see on YouTube before you press into a video, that's a thumbnail. There you go. You got the area of rotation right there. If there was a tornado to form, it would be impossible to see it on velocity over in these areas, right? Over in these areas right here. This thing does strengthen. We could see something right here, but I don't think anything happened right now. With what the dew points are at, 60s, 70s, we still could see some form. What an impressive storm, though. Where are we at? This is the most current data we're at. We're just a minute off from normal. But they're updating this really fast because they know that there's storms in the area. Pretty insane storm. Looks like it is weakening down. A lot of wind though up here. No, that's not me. I don't have it on. I have it on the slowest setting right now for these storms right here. The lowest setting for speed. It just shows you how fast these storms are moving. Wow, what a massive storm. Like the storm's gonna recycle. It's in that recycling phase. You got a really nice boundary. So this boundary is still keeping the storm together. Even though there's a little radar thing right here going on, you're seeing that line is still being extended. That inflow boundary is still being. I do predict that this line will extend. It's going to extend a little bit like this. You're going to have this big line of stuff heading down this way, following the same track as this guy right here that is going this way. Just sucks that when it gets that radar tower, it just gets all distorted. I had to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Looks like we do have a strengthening storm. Yeah. What a massive storm. Look how impressive that thing is. Yeah. But I can say is that all that stuff is over the ocean, so it's really not going to impact anyone. But if that thing was on land, though, oh yeah, we would have got to see a tornado um, polygon form. We might be able to see one here if the storm gets its act together. It's already starting to form that little patches. So you got some boats out here or something like this, ships or something like that. You would want to do that. Now, if you had a ship right here, you would have time to escape the storm. A little bit of time. But if you were right here, there'd be no way. You would try to have to I can say survive, maybe. But you'll definitely survive, but you're just going to get hurt. Very curious to see what this storm will do. Talking about this one right here. It's got that little hook on there. That's what we're looking at right now. See what it will do. It could just collapse in on itself. And it's also got storms ahead of it too. Yeah, I gotta tell my parents not to yell up here. So then I gotta mute and everything like that, and then it's just a whole other scenario. Looks like it'd just be a wind event for the storm up here. You still got other chances for other areas to pop up. It's impossible to see on velocity. Within the next couple of scans, we could see something. Still a pretty good, impressive storm. Pretty good, impressive down here.
Can the meat stay out of the fridge?
So waiting for the next radar scans to pop up. Like the storm is going to dissipate. This will not form. This is not going to be a tornado or anything like that. it still has a chance to produce a hook, but it's got to do it fast. And check out our dew points again. You still have, there's still time for other cells to pop up over here. I'm looking at some stuff right here. There's still time. Now this storm's is a massive water spout. This is probably one of the most impressive storms we've seen all day. It's got that really good hook. It would be right in here. That's a definition of a dangerous storm right there. Turn on the lightning. I gotta make it more accurate. Instead of being strike interval is gonna be the last 1 minute. It's gonna be more accurate. It'd be almost impossible to see this on velocity. We do have a hook right here. But I don't think it will do. It might just go back up into the storm. What did that big thing do? Pretty impressive storm.
Fastest up there, Gregory?
Well, here comes the distortion. What is if we put that out a little bit? Let's do a mirror view. We're just in the radar distortion area, so it's very hard to know what the storm's going to be doing. Wish they would upgrade their tower. It's a pretty impressive storm. You can tell it's still connected to that big long rope. Wherever it goes, right there. That's where it goes. It's still connected. It's pulling that air with it. Let's see. I want to see where there's any storms tonight up here for Florida. Just look how that storm just popped out of nowhere. So around 5. So if you look right here, we're looking at this storm right here. Like, look how it just pops out of nowhere. Storm, it's being, the radar towers destroying, like, you know, it's just not being. You can see how clearly this, where the lot, I don't know if that's the warm front or cold front. You can see how clearly this line is. You can clearly see how, where that line is. Oh, check out that windstorm. There's that random blob of rain that the Weather Channel would say there would be. Looks like that storm is reformatting. Probably gonna produce another water spout. I don't think so yet. You can just see the inflow. How cool is that? You never see that. You never see that inflow. This is the inflow line. You never see that so clear like that. Wow. So this is what the hook we're looking for. Something like that. That's what we look for, tornadoes. That's what meteorologists look for. is a good representation. We do have some more cells up here. I'm going to turn back on the dew point. Well, still got more storms that are, a lot of this stuff is just dissipating. It looks like the dew points are falling out of favor. But over here in the ocean, though, you got storms and water spouts left and right. Last update was 540. My dog is just snoring on the couch right now. After this line moves down, I think that's the ender right there. You can kind of see the gap where it just kind of is moving in. I think that's the cap where the storms are just going to end. You can kind of see that on radar there. There's this line. So after this, I might go live again tonight for the Kansas storms. They're going to be around like 10 o'clock. So our 2 points at. $43, $46. Just checking out what the dew points are. So there won't be that much severe weather. It's only going to be a general, just be a thunderstorm. It has to be above 55 in order for it to be severe. So much distortion. Yeah, you can just see how this singular cell just popped up out of nowhere. It just tells you how high the dew points are. This is old data, old radar right now. The last update was 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. Well, now there's a radar hole. This is the best representation of a hole. It's very hard to look at velocity for these storms here. Just see the distortion. We go check up on those windstorms. Looks like they've just extended this big polygon right here for Montana. One day we were on a trip, my family and I were on a trip to South Dakota, and we were like right here. We were like 20 minutes away from Montana. I asked him, "Hey, can we go visit Montana?" I said no, so we never got to go to Montana. We were like so close to the border. Not that impressive storms. I got someone playing music downstairs. Are you guys able to let me know if you can hear music in the background? Yeah. Yeah, but the animals might get hurt though. Yeah, it's a 50-50. Yeah. This line is closing in. And the line I'm referring to is this right here. That little faint green line. So this line is closing in. And that tells me that there's really not going to be much storms showing up after that. I think that's distortion. Yeah, I can't even check anyway. If there was a hook or a tornado, it's almost impossible to look at that. I don't think there is. But no, you can't even look. So distorted. Well, there's town. Well, there's the zoo open right now. Oh, people in the zoo right now. They're just chilling. Probably indoors or something like that. Probably just normal radar. There's still terrible velocity. I'll have to check back. But good, and it's also old data. That is the case. That's got a really nice hook on there in Cutler Bay. They should honestly move this radar tower. Like, stick it right here. That'd be the perfect place for it. But I get it there. It's just it's right on the shore, and like boaters would still. No, yeah. If you move it like right there, it's gonna move this back a little, like that. It's gonna cost a lot of money though. What is even there anyway? Oh, it's homes. Yeah, you don't want that. There's a lot of radiation that's out with this radar tower. Also, right next to Denny's too. They'll miss out on Denny's if they move that radar tower. And it's also right next to the airport too, so like, they're probably not going to be moving that thing. Very nice hook though. Sometimes I get these things called Charlie horses. They're the most brutal thing, I could be sleeping there, chilling out, and then bam, it's there. Charlie horse. I wake up. I'm not happy. It's one of the most brutal things. We have this tuning. I'm gonna go check out the. Yeah, no, they're no joke. They're painful. It has to do with water. Like it just liquids and everything, and not moving around for exercise. I know that, and they're painful. Even though I get like, is it 10, 15,000 steps a day, I still get them for work. Still got some storms here moving around for Puerto Rico. Looks like you do have a cell moving towards San Juan. I don't know this. That's gonna be. Is it San June? I don't know. So near Freeport. Yeah, I mean that would be a lot better than. Sometimes I just buy a Gatorade and then call it a day, drink all that up, and then either buy another one and then that's it. So I work at a Walmart. I'm inside every single day. So this number right here is the inch in diameter hail. So this storm has been hailing. So if anyone's here on this line right here, they were experiencing hail. And that storm's really got that hook there. I'm pretty sure it's just radar. I don't think anything's going to happen. Yeah, this thing is closing out real fast. So you have this line that's like that. You have this like that. Let's redo that line. Moving. And it's closing out the air for these storms to produce. Like it's shutting it down real fast. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize my mic was that loud. Oh, no. Let's turn it down. I'm going to have to tune my mic in the future. I'll really have to. No, I'm just checking for a sound for music. Because I got someone downstairs playing music and you can hear the bumping and the bass from it. And that stuff can get copyrighted. That means I'll have to mute my stream. And, YouTube plays real seriously for copyright. There's one video where I had to, I think it was like personal channel. There was unfortunately a video that I had to cut out a whole section of audio because it had copyrighted stuff in there. You can't? All right, that's good. That's a really good sign. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, thank you. Looks like this one is going to try to produce a water spout. Look how fast that cell, you know. So keep a look on where my cursor is right now. It's right here. My little hand is right there. Eyes on that spot. It's gonna be north of. It's gonna be, what is it? West of 997. So we turn it back a little bit, and we just move it forward. That thing is now doing like thunderstorm. It's doing heavy rain and maybe a little bit of hail. Just came out of nowhere. Go check on the storms in Wisconsin. You know, why not? Yeah, it's just gonna be a rain event. Yeah. Oh, we've made it to 2 hours and 8 minutes. If the other stream would have stayed fine, we would have been almost 3 hours in. Another cell just popped out of nowhere. All right, I'll be here. You just tell all these cells just come out of nowhere. They're just on that line, and they just decide to become a storm. What's really cool right here is that you got the line of, you got the wall right there. You have another wall of air. That is not what I meant to do. You have another wall right here. And it just putting through kicking all these storms through here. I think it's really cool on how these small cells form. I forgot to say Happy Earth Day, everyone. It's Earth Day. What's our dew points at? Still in range for severe weather, though. I mean, they've gone down a lot. But there's, I mean, that's moisture too, but you're always going to have moisture. Because you're on the ocean. I mean, that's what Florida is. It's a peninsula. Or, I don't know, what is it, like a plateau, peninsula? I don't know my geography that well. It was like Alice is about to get hit by this thunderstorm right here. It's not going to be tornadic. At least I don't. Well, we're going to take a look right now and figure it out. Our velocity. Got little bits of hail here and there. I mean, they'll get hit by maybe pea-size hail at most. It's like closing down, but then it's just like producing more and more cells on this line right here. We're gonna say this thing is moving at 30 miles an hour. All right, well, that's pretty okay. Total population is 0, so it's really not going to affect anyone. I'll be right back. I gotta get something, do something, but I should be back in 5 minutes. I gotta walk around. I'm kind of sitting for about 2 hours, almost 2 hours and a half. I'll be back though. I'm gonna leave it at this radar right here, so it's not being blocked by that hole. Then we'll be set from there. I gotta mute the mic.